Hi there everyone, this is Brandon from Kosh Solutions. Reading the article, Think You Deleted That File? Kosh explains why SharePoint storage still fills up, even after you think you deleted that file. I deleted everything, but still it says I'm out of space. We hear this all the time from customers, and we get it. When you delete a file, you expect that space should be freed up. But in SharePoint, delete doesn't always mean delete. At Kosh, we've helped dozens of businesses navigate the confusing realities of Microsoft 365's storage and retention systems. The good news? Once you understand what's really happening under the hood, you can take back control. Kosh specializes in Microsoft management for organizations. So what happens when you hit delete in SharePoint? So I've got an image here that shows the delete flow in SharePoint. You click delete file, it goes into a recycle bin for 93 days, then it goes to site collection recycle bin, and then there's a retention policy that may act upon it, and you may have to disable retention to permanently delete files. It's quite a process. First, stop. So let's go through that multi-step process. First is the recycle bin. The file moves to your personal recycle bin, also called the first stage bin, where it stays for up to 93 days unless manually cleared. The second stop is the site collection recycle bin. After you empty your recycle bin, the file is preserved in the second stage recycle bin, accessible by SharePoint site admins, and it's still taking up space. There's a shadow copy with retention policies. If your organization has Microsoft Purview retention policies in place, SharePoint keeps an internal copy, even after deletion. You may not see it, but it's still counted against your storage. So yes, deleted files may still be hogging your storage. It's one of those Microsoft behaviors that feels backwards. You think you're deleting something, but unless you know exactly where it goes and what your retention policies are, it just stacks up quietly in the background. That was from Court Counsel, our solutions architect here at Kosh Solutions. So why these retention policies exist? Microsoft designed retention policies for compliance, legal protection, and recovery. In highly regulated industries, accidental or malicious deletion could expose companies to risk. So retention policies preserve files for a defined period, even if the user deletes them. This allows legal discovery and internal audits, and it also reduces data loss from accidents or ransomware. But here's the problem. Without configuration, these safety nets, these retention policies, can become space traps. So how can you check what's using your space? To get a clear picture, open your SharePoint Admin Center. Go to Sites and then Active Sites. Review the storage used column. Drill down into individual sites, including Teams connected sites. Also review usage in OneDrive and Microsoft Teams. They often share back-end SharePoint storage. We also have an article on that if you're interested on our website. So if you want to truly delete something, what do? So you actually may need to pause your retention policy, complete the deletion, and then reinstate it afterwards. This requires careful handling to avoid compliance risk, so it's not for everybody. At Kosh, we recommend that only authorized IT admins or partners perform this level of action, ideally under guidance from your compliance officer or a qualified MSP. So who should be allowed to adjust these retention settings? Only IT administrators with a clear understanding of legal, compliance, and business continuity requirements should adjust the retention durations, site-level exemptions, and Microsoft Purview configurations. If you're ever unsure during this process, definitely get help. A quick mistake here can either permanently delete critical files or blow up your storage costs. So some of the best practices for SharePoint storage and retention, here's how we advise our clients to manage SharePoint storage. The retention policy guidelines we offer are documents 1 to 3 years. Project sites should archive or delete after 12 months of inactivity. Compliance sensitive content, 5 to 7 years, or as legally required by your industry. File deletion tips. Empty both recycle bins regularly. Don't store videos or personal media in SharePoint libraries. Identify and clean up large files. Ongoing management. Use reporting tools to monitor storage trends. Review inactive sites biannually or quarterly. Automate file lifecycle policies where possible. And are you still running out of space? You may need to actually purchase additional SharePoint storage from Microsoft, or you need to offload archives to a separate document management system, or you need to conduct a SharePoint cleanup audit. So Kosh can help, of course, with these items. We've guided organizations through SharePoint space recovery and cleanup, retention policy tuning, end user education and onboarding, lifecycle automation setups, the drill there. So don't just delete, clean up with purpose. Disclaimer: the information contained in this communication is intended for limited use for informational purposes only. It is not considered professional advice, and instead is general information that may or may not apply to specific situations. Each case is unique and should be evaluated on its own by a professional qualified to provide advice specifically intended to protect your individual situation. Kosh is not liable for improper use of this information. Thank you.